Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Man, the content on this game right now, am I right? Honestly, I saw yesterday's new FC25 content and it made me realize something. I'm so glad that I started a specific player SBC, which actually feels like it's going to improve my team instead of waiting for something else good to come out, because all the content that we've had recently, most of it I'll say, has just not been good enough for most of us. I want to talk about that today because maybe there's an SBC that's already released that we should be looking more closely at because of the lack of SBCs that are quality that have been released recently. Now, speaking of player SBCs, we do have a couple more leaks to look at today, and it's Sunday, so we're expecting a hero pack and possibly some investments to make with that. If you're excited for the video, drop thumbs up on it, and of course, subscribe if you are new. To start, guys, I want to clear up a point from yesterday's video. A lot of you guys commented below the video yesterday about the compensation situation, which I mentioned Salmo Parluello and the other Trackstars cards that were glitched and EA mistakenly removed their positions on yesterday for a certain period of time on the market. Thank you for those comments. It's kind of what I asked for. I wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on it, but I wanted to clear up some things, right? From those comments, I saw a lot of things about me. Nate, you've changed. Guys, this channel has never changed since its inception. This channel has always been about keeping you guys up to speed with the latest FC25 content and making coins in order to succeed in this game without spending money. None of that has changed, which is why my first inclination, as I've participated in these compensation events before, was to try and take advantage of that situation last night. Now, after I did it, I was like, you know what? Was that really worth it? Maybe it will be, maybe it won't be, right? But going forward, I've made the decision, and I did this last year as well. I'm not going to participate in any of these compensation situations as more. I know the hero pack worked out well for a lot of people. It worked out great for me. I got Wayne Rooney from that. But of course, it just creates a big divide, right? And that's why I also think that EA should stop doing compensations. Will they be able to legally? I don't know. I don't know the answers to all of that. But personally, what I'm going to do is still talk about those situations when they arise, and I'll leave it up to you guys whether you want to get involved or not. And I will not be participating in any of those from here on out, just to keep my account as pure as possible, I guess, as you would say. And to be honest, we don't need, personally, I don't need a compensation to make coins. We're making coins even today, flipping some icons on an off day where I'm usually not trading that much anyway. But I wanted to kind of bring some light to this, guys, and I wanted to say that because there were a lot of comments on that in yesterday's video, and a lot of them were undue, to be completely honest, because I think a lot of people missed out on this situation, and we still don't know. There's no news on this. There might be compensation. There might not be, but I wanted to bring that up, and I appreciate all of you guys who do comment. Now, let's move away from that and get into the actual content from yesterday on Saturday. There's not a lot to discuss, as we've kind of already mentioned, and as you guys probably know. Let's go to Evos, where we had a paid evolution Wonder Wing. The coolest thing about this Evo is it gives a brand new Radiant Evo shell, as decided here by EA Sports. This Evo, like, look at the Pulisic card that is even shown right here. It is such a small upgrade with the stat limits that they have put in place. It's really all about the physical boost for a lot of these cards that you can fit into this evolution. I personally don't think this Evo is worth 25,000 coins for the small boost that most players are going to be getting. But if you take a look at the individual stat boosts here, you do get whipped past, you get a skill move boost, you get a big crossing, agility, balance, and then stamina. You get rapid, you get a big strength upgrade as well, a weak foot boost, technical, and the cosmetic upgrade. But I don't know, guys, when I look at the cards that are here on Footbin that you can potentially upgrade, I've already got a Rashford Evo that's just as good as this one. Doesn't have as much physical, but okay. And, you know, maybe there's a couple of chains that you can create with the Now You See Me Silver Evo with one of these cards going in after it. I really feel like this Evo, though, there's nothing special to it, and I really don't feel like it should be a 25,000 coin paid Evo. This seems like it should be a free one, but I guess you're paying for the cool cosmetic. If it's one that you like to do and it fits a card, it fits into a chain maybe down the line, then it could be useful, but at least for me right now, this one doesn't seem to have very high importance and is not creating super crazy insane cards, especially for the price that it is. Now let's go to SBCs and talk about the Zanetti, because I'll be completely honest, I had high hopes for this SBC, I really did. But as it was dropped yesterday, you know what? It's the words in this SBC that really kind of make me disgruntled, to be honest. Is this card bad? No, I don't think this card is bad. It's the price that's the problem, guys. This is technically, like we said, with these on this day icons, which is a sick design. We love it. First time we've had one. I love the concept of this. But the way they upgrade these cards is just like flashbacks, right? He's actually lower rated than his base icon in game, but he got a pace boost, shooting boost, passing boost, and dribbling boost. And they took down his defense and physical. They also took away his center mid position, and they took away the anticipate playstyle, which for me is a really, really big one. And considering whether or not I would even want to do this SBC, forgetting about the price. I don't think the card is bad. I just think the SBC is too expensive, guys. 387,000 coins for this Zanetti card, which, you know, Rapid Plus. Do I need that on my right back? I'd rather have Anticipate. I'd rather have a defending playstyle. He's fast enough, 88 pace. We know about pace in this game. I would have rather had a better card than the base version that was given out here. And this kind of just encapsulates the problem so far this year with icon SBCs in particular. I think this really brings up a frustration in me where we've had Juan Sebastian Veron, and we have had Zanetti this year so far, and that is nowhere near the icon content that we have had so far this year. So if you want to do this SBC, don't make me persuade you from not doing it. If actually, you know what? There's market movements that suggest a lot of people are doing this SBC. Take a look at right backs and left backs on the market. This Zambrotta went from 617K down to 540,000 coins yesterday. Dalot went from 282.90 to 250 on the market. This is evident proof that people are doing this Zanetti card. It's just kind of confusing to me, and it must be just because people are bored and want an SBC to do, and they want those icon links. We talked about this before the SBC came out. That is one of the biggest pulls to this SBC probably, is putting an icon player in your defense and getting those chemistry links. Now, I wish it was a better card and a cheaper price, but this is what we have, so I think some people are actually going out and doing it. Now, here's the thing I want to look at last year, guys, right? The icon SBCs that we've had last year, you've probably seen people tweet about this. We've had Zanetti and we have had Veron so far this year. Last year at this time, we had, not even at this time, a month ago last year, we had Laurent Blanc. This was an incredible player to have in our team that early in the game. Maybe too good, right? But this year it feels like we've gone from that spectrum to this end of the spectrum where we've had two icon player SBCs. Actually, 1 year ago, not even like 1 year ago on this day, at the end of October 1 year ago, we had Stoichkov as an SBC. Imagine a Stoichkov SBC right now. That would be absolutely crazy. He was released, by the way, when he was 700,000 coins. This card this year is a little more expensive, but you know, he was held in check by his SBC price then. That's a crazy card, and we haven't had anything near that this year inside of icon SBCs. I think that's one of the biggest problems this game has right now, is that SBCs don't feel worth grinding for. And some people are saying, Nate, but the power curve, our EA's holding back the power curve this year, and that's why this is happening. Well, I think the power curve's in the exact same spot that we were last year. Take a look at this triple threat Joe Cole, which came out just around the same time as right now. He's got quick step plus, he's got 90 pace, 85 shooting, 87 pass, and 91 dribbling. Look at the Joe Cole that is in packs right now. Literally a carbon copy, the exact same card. He's got -1 pace, but the exact same shooting, passing, dribbling, almost the same defense and physical stats. It's literally a copy pasta. The power curve feels like it's in almost the same spot, right? Think about the Ruben Diaz that we just got. 80 pace, 90 defending, Premier League center back who never has pace, gets a pace boost. Thiago Silva last year in early November as well. 80 pace, 90 defense. Anticipate Plus. This is a card that a lot of people did. It was a very, very loved SBC. And it just feels like this year we're on the same trajectory for the power curve. It's just they've changed the way they're doing the icon SBCs. Maybe they didn't like people running around with icons at the beginning of FC24 like we were able to because of the SBCs that were out. But it honestly just, this is what I'm saying in the intro of the video and how I felt after looking after yesterday's content. I just feel like I'm so glad I decided to do and start an SBC that feels like it's going to actually improve my team. Alexia Putellas, guys, I committed to doing this player of the month. I'm only 3 squads in. She's only got 15 days left. But the reason why I did this is because I had not done a player SBC in like a week and a half. I was able to do the 287 and an 88 rated squad out of the gate, just like that, from my weekend league rewards and rivals rewards that I had stocked up fodder in the club. I could have done more if I would not have been doing the random upgrade packs during the week as well. But I've started this SBC because actually this is something that I can build towards that improves my team. Look at the language here on the Zambrotta SBC. Build towards earning build towards. Like, this doesn't take much to build towards. I mean, it does, but I don't want to build towards this because it's just not good enough. I would like to build towards a Puteus card who will probably be in my team until Team of the Year, maybe even past that, right? I think there's a handful of SBCs right now that are actually worth your fodder. I think Puteus is one of them, even though she's overpriced. I think you're going to get a player that's going to last you a long time. I think Diaz is going to last you a while if you do that SBC. Like, you could count on one hand. Rafinha is probably worth it, and Musiala, if you have those links. Those are the player SBCs that are still out right now that feel like they would actually do something to your squad and be in your team for a decent amount of time and be worth the fodder, even though you could argue they're overpriced. That Puteus is going to stay on my team for a while. I mean, she's only 1.1 million coins now, which is crazy because of how much fodder has dropped. But that's why I've started that SBC, guys. And that's kind of what I realized after looking at content yesterday. I'm not waiting for EA to drop a sick icon SBC or something else that's sick, because right now it just doesn't look like it's happening. So I'm taking some action. I'm putting some fodder into a player that would actually be in my team for the long haul. So enough of that yap. Let me know what you guys think about the Zanetti. I know it's not very positive, but if it's something that's like, yo, I was waiting for this, let me know. Or if you're doing an SBC now because you're like, none of this is good for me, I'm going to go back and do Puteus or Rafinha before he expires, or Musiala maybe, let me know in the comments, of course, below. Now, enough of that yap. Let's talk about Trackstar cards, and let's talk about the market. Now, as we expected yesterday, guys, the market was pretty stagnant. There were a couple rises in the morning, and then you saw prices drop down. Like, take a look at Valverde, right? Valverde was 320. He went from 305 up to 320, and he's kind of been in the 300s. Now he's even below 300,000 coins as we head towards squad battle rewards. Graham Hansen as well. She went from 512 to 550, so a decent rise there into the early Saturday hours. This is something that happens almost every Saturday as people are waking up, playing the FUT Champs games. With the FUT Champs rewards being a lot better still than previous years, there's still some good demand there. So that's why you see these rises, but then you see it drop straight back off, and she's now 490,000 coins. So you're definitely seeing some of those gold cards drop a good amount, as we would expect. And same thing with the Track Stars cards, right? Joe Cole was 500, now he's 430k. Lucio was like 3 mil, he's now 2.5. Cordoba's down 150k. Courtois is cheaper, Xhaka is cheaper, Julie is down, Davies. Like, we could look at every single promo card in here, and most of them, not all, but most of them are down a considerable amount. Now, we have squad battle rewards today, which I would say be careful on the low tier of these Track Stars cards. Now, is a guy like Diaby going to get packed a ton today? Not a ton, but today on Sunday is the second day of the weekend, obviously. And also, when we see prices continue to drop with the rewards, with the content, usually a icon or a hero pack is coming out today. We're expecting the hero pack again. And that just kind of makes, also with the end of weekend league, prices end up getting low. This is now the new day where we look at as the lowest on the market in terms of prices get low as they drop Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday. And then we start to see the upswings into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday before it all happens again the next week. So that's sort of the stuff I'd be watching for. Watch the Track Stars to fall today in price. You see me, I don't have a lot of coins right now. That's because I've invested in a few cards that I think are out of pack specials that could rise up today. And I think this market's still very good to trade in. I picked up a couple of Pulisic right at 200,000 coins flat. He was like 230 yesterday. I picked up a couple of Cole Palmers. No, I'm not just buying Trailblazer cards. I'm like looking through a lot of the market that is out of pack specials. Again, the graphs, guys. The graphs tell the story. Cole Palmer was just under 400,000 coins. I picked one of him up there. Luis Diaz was just 615k. Now he's back to like 630. And if you look at his graph from the last couple of days, he's usually between 630 and 660. So I would hope that Luis Diaz goes back to 650 or 660 today. It doesn't necessarily seem like we're going to have a crash in terms of values, like a significant one that would hurt a lot of card prices. I have some icons that I've been trading. I love trading this Barcola card. The right backs I've been watching since they're dropping from Zanetti being released. So I think that's the sort of stuff you could be trading with right now for sure. The graphs are pretty trustworthy. The market's not crashing. The market's just trending downward a little bit. So if you buy in those dips and sell in those spikes, as we looked at with the DS graph, you had that basically every single day. You had this card moving up. And that's a pretty nice fluctuation there. You could probably get him here for 620 and sold him here for like 670. That's not crazy profit, but in a couple hours, you'll take that, right? And that's what you'd be hoping for today with squad battle rewards and out of pack special cards. Now let's talk about Sunday content and how that could impact a few things as well. especially related to the leaks, guys. We have another striker leak. We had on this day, yesterday, Zanetti card, right? Which is just like a flashback. Well, we've got an actual flashback leak for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. EA releasing the same SBC players year over year, just with different card designs. Yep, that might ring a bell. Remember this Aubameyang? Hold on a second. I don't have it pulled up, do I? Oh, let me pull up the Aubameyang, guys. Aubameyang from FC24. I'm sure you remember this card. Ho ho, the radioactive Aubameyang. He was released on December 1st, so a little bit later than right now. But look at the state of this card. If EA released an SBC with this stats and this price right now, it would go bananas like it did last year, because no SBCs this good are 92,000 coins right now. These are, in this year's market, this would be like a 200 or 300,000 coin SBC. Look at the Darwin SBC and how much that's cost. And that's not even seemed as overvalued. But if Aubameyang was released at 92K, this year he has worse links as well. Again, it's a flashback Aubameyang. He's got the Saudi League links, which is probably going to hurt his card's value. Last year, he had the League One links, at least, and Marseille links, and he had Rapid Plus. But this is a leaked SBC to be coming. I don't think these are official stats, but of course, it is the Track Stars Plus promo, and he does fit a track star. He's got all the pace. This card last year was very good as well. So watch out for maybe those like Al Jaber and some of those links to the Saudi League players. They could be moving a bit just because this could be today. I don't know if there's a specific day that this has been leaked to be dropping, but he has been leaked. My guess would be today. We'll have to see. Now, the other SBC that's brand new and leaked is this Matisse Tell. I know the dynamic pick is probably not going to be the one that's on the card, but these are his official stats and playstyles. Power Shot Plus for Matisse Tell, 92 pace, 88 shooting, 85 dribbling. French, Bundesliga, Bayern, striker. Very hype player IRL as well. The one thing I do want to draw to this is there's some of you guys who have probably already got this card through evolutions, because Matisse Tell has an Evo which gives him 90 pace, 88 shooting with Power Shot Plus, 4-star out of the gate, because that's what his gold card is. And if those are his official stats, like, that's darn near the same card that you could get right now via Evos. And that does happen, and of course, very few people have this Evo, so I'm not necessarily disappointed that this is going to be dropping as an SBC. If they give him that dynamic image, that might be worth the price of the SBC alone. But those are the two right now that we do have leaked. Aubameyang and Matisse Tell. I would have to guess Aubameyang would be today. But again, it's going to be really, really difficult to link. So watch out for those heroes that are Saudi League, because they'd actually could go up in the market in terms of hype. But I think those links may make his SBC a little bit less hype. Now, we're talking about a hero pack again today too, right? That could continue to make prices overall on the market drop a bit. The max 88 icon goes away. There's no new icon or hero packs in the code, so we would be guessing that the same hero pack we got 2 weeks ago would be the one that would come out again, and that was the no capped rating. It was an uncapped, the first one of the year, hero pack. And if I remember correctly, I think it was an 85 and an 86 rated squad, or somewhere around there. Maybe it was 3 squads, but it wasn't that expensive, and it was actually kind of nice. I didn't get a crazy pull from it, if I remember correctly, but if you do want to invest in fodder today, I think you do need to look into the 84s, the 85s, and the 86s. They're up a little bit already if you take a look at them. I mean, 85s are like 5.2, 5.3. 86s are over 8K. These were their lowest on like Friday and a little bit yesterday on Saturday, and they're kind of trickling upwards now in anticipation of this pack, I do think. So they could go up a little bit more today after content, but if they do, if you're going to make this investment and trade with fodder today, sell them after content as they go up, because if you remember right last week, the cards dropped even after the SBC, because for the icon pack, it wasn't very hype. Cards went up. They just maybe went up for like 30 minutes after the SBC was out. Then it came back down. And with SBCs in general right now, there's just not that much crazy hype. There's not that many SBCs that people really, really want to do. It feels like right now you're just using your fodder in something to do it, and it's not like an SBC that you maybe love. I can't speak for everybody, because there is a Ruben Diaz, the Inaki Williams, the Darwin. There's stuff out that people want to do and people want to craft, but it's nothing that's like, wow, that's sick, right? So maybe a hero pack today will actually have more people wanting to do it, because there's no player SBCs at the moment, and maybe that's part of EA's plan as well. So watch a little bit of fodder, and I'd have to imagine, guys, that we would get a new Evo today as well. The weekends are usually full of Evos. We had an Evo for physicality. We had an Evo for pace. Are they going to give us another Evo for pace? Are they going to, I don't know. I do imagine we would get another one today, though. We'll have to see what position. We've had one now for wingers and one for strikers. So maybe we're going midfield. Maybe we're going defense for another Evo that would be dropping today as well. And other than that, it's the end of the Foot Champs Weekend League. It's the squad ladder rewards, as I mentioned, which will supply the market a little bit. And another day of watching the market, flipping some cards. You see here, I've got 2 Barcola, a Zaire Emery, 2 Cole Palmers. Bought this for $215, bought this for $399, and then the Pulisic I got for $200 and $204. And then I still have a Ribéry. Where's he at back here? Still have a couple of cards that I bought from Friday. I've got a Garnacho that I bought at $490, and I have a Ribéry that I bought at 1.33, hoping to sell him for around 1.43 because that's where he normally goes. So not a crazy amount of profit there, but still making coins, still making that coin total move in a positive direction, and that'll be the plan once again today. But guys, let me know in the comments what you think about the SBCs as well. I'm not trying to convince you to do Puteus. I'm just saying, like, if you're holding on to fodder right now, maybe there is an SBC that's still available that you actually could work into your team. I wasn't going to do Puteus, and then I packed Graham Hansen from that very lucky player pick, and that's on the second channel if you want to see that. And I was leaning towards start doing her SBC anyway because, again, the state of the SBCs in this game right now. But that's the video for me today, guys. If you did enjoy, drop a sub on it, comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. We got Foot Champs games to play today to fly through that as fast as we possibly can because, yeah, I don't want to spend as much time playing this game as I have to. I want to get these rewards, even if it's like 6 or 7 wins like last week. Just fly through it, get some packs, get out of it, and get on with it is how I kind of want to do it right now. So again, guys, have a great Sunday. I'll see you guys in the stream today. It's been TheFutAccountant. See you there. Peace.